Hello and welcome to Find Your Inner Peace with me, Rachel Arnold. I hope you are all keeping safe and healthy. So what are we going to learn on this course? We are going to learn the following. To enable the student, you, to have good health. To practice mental hygiene. To possess emotional stability. To integrate moral values. To attain higher level of consciousness. So before we start this course, I am going to tell you why I got into yoga and mindfulness. So I've been practicing yoga and mindfulness for about 15 years. The reason why I started practicing yoga and mindfulness is I wanted to reduce my anxiety and stress. I have noticed over the years from doing yoga and mindfulness that my relationships have improved. My thinking is much clearer, so I'm able to think clearly. My problem solving has improved in my personal life and in my working life. I have increased creativity as well, so definitely notice that the creative juices have improved a lot over the years because of doing yoga and mindfulness. I would definitely say I have more energy throughout the day. I relax more, so I go into a deep relaxation when I finish my working day, for example. And I would definitely say the most important thing I have got from doing yoga and mindfulness is definitely experiencing less stress. That's not to say that stress has come out of my life since doing yoga and mindfulness, and just to actually say that point, that yoga and mindfulness is not about getting rid of stress, because that's unrealistic, because we all need stress to a certain degree. It goes back to the whole caveman philosophy, enabled to tackle certain things, we needed stress in order to survive. But definitely yoga and mindfulness has eased the stress. So yes, that is about me. And we are going to start with yoga. So going to talk about the importance of yoga asanas. So it makes you very healthy and very flexible in your body. Yoga asanas is part of your regular physical exercise. So ideally, we all should be doing exercise 5 days a week for about 30 minutes a day. So this can be part of your exercise or your other exercise if you're doing other exercises at the moment. So yoga asanas should be performed 10 minutes twice daily. So in the morning and late afternoon, early evening before you have your dinner. And yoga asanas promotes health. So it promotes having a healthy, well-balanced state of mind. Also as well, yoga asanas is good for growing mental and physical strength. So being able to combat whatever stresses that come into your life. And I know for some of you it's probably quite a lot. So yes, so yoga asanas is very good for being able to develop that mental and physical strength to deal with whatever life throws at you. Okay, so this is about preparation of yoga. So we practice asanas in comfortable loose clothing, with full attention, so e.g. without TV, radio, talking or interruptions. Some people like to do yoga with background music. For me personally, I would say no background music, because it's very important when you're doing yoga that you're experiencing the silence around you. So that makes you go much deeper into your yoga experience. We do yoga on the floor using a doubled layer blanket. If you have a yoga mat, woohoo, brilliant. If you haven't, then don't worry. A doubled layered blanket does the same job as a yoga mat. Away from strong, uncomfortable light. So ideally, if you're doing yoga on a very sunny day, close your curtains. If you've got your light on in your house, ideally switch it off, or just dim the light if you cannot see what you're doing in your yoga. We do not practice asanas after eating or having a wash. We also don't practice asanas after having a drink. So before you do your yoga asanas, it is advised to go to the toilet. You can, throughout your yoga asanas, sip water. Again, there's a bit of a disclaimer here for all you adults who are taking part. Also, some of this might apply to children as well, taking part. So do not do asanas if you have any existing medical disorder, such as heart conditions, back problems, joint disorders, sciatica, and during recovery from surgery. During pregnancy, except with special instructions and a doctor's advice. So for you ladies out there, if your doctor has said that you can do exercise whilst you're pregnant, again, woohoo, brilliant. But if not, do not do exercise, particularly yoga asanas. During non-exercise days, particularly if there is any discomfort. Ladies, you should be careful with practicing and avoid the inverted postures 8, 9 and 10. This will make sense later on. The reason why you have to be careful for doing 8, 9 and 10 is if you have a heavy period or if you are pregnant, the postures 8, 9 and 10 isn't suitable for that. So, yeah. So the correct performance of yoga. So perform each asana easily, comfortably and naturally without strain or applying force. It's very easy when you start something new like this, if you've never done anything like this before, to think, yeah, I can do that, no problem. And then that's when injuries take place. So again, just take it very easy. Make sure you're comfortable. As we say, if it starts to hurt, just ease off that particular yoga. Or if you have a lot of trouble doing that particular yoga move, then just don't do it at all. Leave it out. Breathe normally and naturally throughout the practice. Again, this is very important. A lot of people, and I was like this when I started doing yoga, I started to hold my breath in and breathe in a particular way, and then that made me feel quite ill and lightheaded. So ideally, just breathe normal, like you normally would. The number of seconds for holding a position is approximate. So this will make more sense when we see the pictures in a minute. So you don't have to do exactly those seconds, but it just gives you an idea of how long each posture should be. And because for a lot of you this might be new, it might be hard for a lot of people to do the whole number of seconds. So again, just take your time, do it easily, do it naturally, because we don't want to hurt you. We want you to have fun doing this. If you're not feeling comfortable in the position, then hold it for less time. So again, it's slightly linked to what I've just saying. So say you may have a posture that tells you 30 seconds, but you can only do it in 15. Then do it in 15. Rest between each asana as desired and until breathing becomes normal. So again, it's very important to take little mini breaks between each yoga move. I would say probably 30 seconds to 1 minute for that. Okay, so this is the first set of asanas and pranayama. So the twice daily practice of each asana as part of this set of asanas brings the best results. The sequence of asanas is natural and follows the numbers on the slides. So cue slides. So we have Yoga Asana 1 and 2. Okay, so Yoga Asana 1. Do apologise for my pronunciation for some of these. I'll do the best I can do. So number 1 is Sukhasana. So this is a very basic yoga asana and it's suitable for all levels, so for beginners. And basically it's to give you pleasure, comfort, and for you to feel just very relaxed, really. So with this one, you need to be sitting on the floor with your hands on your knees, legs crossed, and your back straight. Most people might know this position as the lotus position. Okay, so number 2 is sand scalp. So for this one, again in the lotus position, with your legs crossed, hands on your knees, back straight. We close our eyes for about a minute. And sand scalp means to do something, i.e. to do yoga. Okay, and actually just to say about these yoga asanas, these can be done with your eyes open or closed, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we are now on Yoga Asana 3 and 4. So this is the Chetan Asana. So you lie on the floor with your hands palm up, so your hand facing the ceiling. And we do that pose for about 1 to 2 minutes. And Chetan Asana is feeling the body as a whole. So you're just relaxing, just feeling your whole body. Very soothing, this one. Try not to fall asleep if you can in this one, because I have done that. And people go, Rachel, Rachel, try to wake me up. So these yoga asanas should take you about 10 minutes. If all of these yoga asanas take you longer than 10 minutes, then don't worry. It's all about taking our time. Okay, so that yoga asana number 3, Chetanasana. So just very slowly take yourself out of that. And we are on the Shamfahan. So yoga asana number 4. So this one you have to sit upright, and I would advise people when they do this to lift themselves up with their left leg. And the reason why is you have to be very careful with your lower back and your neck. So if you just get up straight away, that could hurt or potentially hurt your neck and lower back. So yes, if you can all get up with your, or help yourself up with your left leg, that'd be great. So the Shamfahan basically means to be awakened and becoming more relaxed. So with this one you will be toning the body for about 2 minutes. So you get your hands and you just rub your hands all over your body, or on your arms, and or on your legs, your toes, your fingers. You might find yourself giggling at this one because it tickles a little bit. So when you're doing this one, imagine that you're having a wash or a shower and you're washing your whole body. So we do this one for about 2 minutes. Okay, so you should be just coming towards the end of that one. Okay, so we're now going on to Yoga Asana 5 and 6. So Yoga Asana number 5, which is Velan. So this tones your back and spine. Okay, so with this one, you need to all lie on the floor. So women and girls, you need to roll on your side on your left. Men and boys, you need to roll on your side on your right. So with these yoga asanas, women and girls would always start on their left, men and boys on their right. And that's something to do with the way that women and men's body structure is. So that's why when we do yoga asanas, women start on the left, men start on the right. So with this one, you tuck your legs in, hold them, so like you're hugging your legs. Hold that for about 1 to 2 seconds. And then women and girls roll on your side on the left. Men and boys roll on your side on the right. And you do that 3 times to each side, alternating. So how I'd like to do this is by, say, start on your left, because I'm a woman. So 1, right side 1, left side 2, right side 2, left side 3, right side 4. So I'll go over that again. So left side 1, obviously for man it'd be right side 1, right side 2, and so on. Don't worry if you get this one wrong. Again, we're all learning, it's all new, so don't worry. Okay, so once you've done that one, we go on to Yoga Asana number 6. So that's Padsanchalan. And this is good for obesity and creating a flat, strong belly. So with this one, you have to imagine that you're riding a bike in the air. So you do this on your back. So again, women and girls start with your left leg. Men and boys start with your right leg. So again, riding your bike in the air. It's all like in a clockwise motion. And you do that 3 to 5 times with each leg alternating. Okay, so that is Yoga Asana 5 and 6. So we're now on to Yoga Asana 7 and 8. So we're on the Pavan Mukh Asana, so asana number 7. So this is a funny asana because this is very good for your digestion. It's very good for releasing wind. So if you have an urge to fart, this is a good time to do it on this asana. So with this one, you're lying flat on the floor and you bring your leg up to your stomach. Again, ladies, girls, left side, and men and boys, right side. And you hold that position for about 10 seconds. And repeat 1 to 3 times, alternating. So again, all those times when you've been told to hold your farts, let it all hang out on this one. Be free with your farts. Okay, so we're going on to Yoga Asana number 8. So this is called the Utthit Ekapad Asana, or Asana number 8. So you lift your leg up in the air and you hold for about 10 seconds, 3 times with each leg alternating. So again, ladies and girls start on the left, so your left leg. Men and boys start with your right leg, so on the right. And this asana is good for keeping balance. As I said at the beginning of this, if you start to feel any pain, then just ease off that asana. You know, I've been doing this for a number of years, and even sometimes I struggle with certain asanas, particularly if I have not done yoga for a while and then I go back to it and I think, oh yeah, not done that for a while and I can feel it. So again, just be very careful and don't try to think, yay, I can do it, because once you do that, that's sometimes when injuries start, and don't want any of you to have any injuries on this. So again, take your time, take it easy, and just follow what your body's telling you. So if your body is enjoying that asana, then you continue that asana. If your body is saying, oh no, not enjoying this is hard, then just ease off or don't do it at all. Okay, so we're going to go on to yoga asanas 9 and 10. So this next asana, number 9, might be tricky for some of you if you've never done it before. So again, just take it easy, and if you really cannot do it, then leave it out. So this is called the Savasana. So we hold that for about 10 seconds to a minute. So we lie flat on the floor and then we raise our legs up. Some of you might find this tricky. You might start going all over the place, losing your balance a little bit. So I would advise, if this is new for you, to do it for about 10 seconds. If you can do this for a minute, then you get a clap from me. But ideally 10 seconds probably for a lot of you out there. So this asana, this strengthens the heart and respiratory system. It improves blood circulation, reduces constipation, and increases strength and flexibility of the body. So it improves your overall health, this one. And this is a good one to keep on practicing, because this is the asana that is very good for your overall health. So again, very slowly take yourself down. So bring your knees in. Put your legs very slowly down. Use your hands to lower your lower back. And the next one we have is Yoga Asana number 10, the Kati Asana. So this is good for your glutes, which is your bum muscles, back of thighs, front of thighs, and your inner thighs. So with this one, you're lying on the floor, and then you just bring your bum up with your feet flat on the floor. And you hold that position for about 5 to 10 seconds and repeat 3 to 5 times. So this one actually can be followed by asana number 3. I hope you're all enjoying this so far. Hope I'm not working you too hard. Hope you're not all thinking, oh Rachel, why are you doing this to us? But even if you are thinking that, then that's normal, because when I started doing this I used to go, why are they making me do this? It's so hard. But with practice you do get better. I do promise you that you do get better. Okay, so now we're going on to yoga asanas 11 and 12. So this one, yoga asana number 11, is called the Bhujan asana, known by most people as downward dog, this one. And the reason it's called the downward dog is you're in a position like a dog when you do this one. So with this one, you lie on your belly. So lying flat on your belly with your head facing the floor. You then get your 2 arms, or your 2 hands, and then just very gently raise your head up towards the sky. So your head and your chest should be facing upwards. This asana is very good for your breathing. Okay, so you hold that for 5 to 10 seconds and repeat 3 to 5 times. Okay, so go on to yoga asana number 12. So this is the Ardha Chaturabhadrasana asana. And again, this may be followed by asana number 3. So this one, you're lying on your belly again, and your chin should be on the floor, arms on the floor, hands palm up, and you just very gently lift your leg up and down. Again, ladies and girls on the left, so your left leg, males and boys on your right leg. And you hold this for 5 to 10 seconds, repeat 3 times with each leg alternating. And again, this one is good for your upper thighs, for your glutes, so for your bum muscles, and your front of thighs. Okay, so we will go on to Yoga Asana 13 and 14. So this is the Vajrasana, or Asana number 13. So with this one, you sit upright and you tuck your legs in under your bum, hands on your knees, and this one you're rocking from side to side. So you're doing that in a clockwise position, a clockwise movement, sorry. Again, with this one, you need to be careful if you have knee problems, as this one does stretch the knees because you go up and down. This is also good for your thighs and for your bum muscles or your buttocks. But yes, if you do have knee problems, just be very careful with this one, because your body is going bobbing up and down, a bit like if you're on a boat and you're bobbing up and down. So it's that same movement, and your knee is moving at the same time, so just be very careful of that. And as I mentioned earlier on, these asanas can be done with your eyes open, eyes closed, it doesn't really matter. I quite like doing these with my eyes closed, just because I sort of feel I'm in the experience of that particular yoga move, and you know, I feel very at peace and I'm in the moment with that asana. So, but whatever you feel comfortable with. I certainly feel when I do these asanas that I'm shutting the outside world off, so which is the purpose of this, is to, you know, yoga asanas and mindfulness is to just shut out the world for a couple of minutes. So we go on to the next one, so yoga asana number 14. So this is the Shashank asana. So with this one, you're in the same position as you are in number 13. So you're sitting upright with your legs tucked under and your hand on your knees. And then you very slowly bend down. So with your head and your arms on the floor. And you hold that position for 5 to 10 seconds. And you repeat that 3 times. So this asana is good for your digestion, constipation, and it calms your brain as well. Okay, so just a couple more yoga asanas to go. Yoga asanas 15 and 16. Yoga asana 15, so the Janu Shir asana. So this is good for calming your brain, strengthening your spine and shoulders, reducing anxiety, fatigue, headache and period pains for you ladies out there. It improves your digestion and is good for your liver and your kidneys. So for this one, we're sitting on the floor and we have one of our legs out straight and our other leg tucked next to the leg that is straight out. So for women and for girls, you start with your left leg out and right leg tucked under. And for you men and boys out there, you start with your right leg out and your left leg tucked under your right leg. You get your arms up in the air and then you very slowly put that onto the leg that is straight out. As we can see in the picture, the hands are wrapped around the foot. Because some of you are new to this yoga asana, you won't be able to stretch as far as this, so you will need to put your arms as far as your knee. We hold that for 5 to 10 seconds and we repeat 1 to 3 times each side. So women and girls your left side, men and boys your right side. If you can reach as far as your foot, again, woohoo, amazing, but if you cannot, then do not do it. So Vaku Asana, so Yoga Asana 16. So what is this asana good for? So this is good for your digestion, constipation, and it reduces belly fat. So for this one, we would start on alternative sides. So again, women and girls on your left and males and boys on your right. So males, you have to have your right leg up, so your foot face is in the floor and your left leg straight out. You then would have your left arm tucked into your right leg and your left arm straight out behind your back, and you very slowly move your head so it's looking at your right shoulder, and then you move your head forward so you're looking straight ahead. Again, very slowly with your neck when you do this, because if you'll move quickly, you will hurt your neck. So again, for ladies and for girls, you would have your right leg flat on the floor and your left leg brought up to you with your foot facing. You have your right hand tucked onto your left leg, and then your left hand facing behind your back. And again, you very slowly, like with the males and the boys, you very slowly put your head, turn it to the left. And again, your eyes looking at your left shoulder. And we hold that for 5 to 10 seconds each side. So males and boys, when you've done your right side, you go over and look to your left, so your left shoulder. Ladies, when you've looked at your left shoulder or to the left, you go over and look at your right shoulder to the right. Okay, so Yoga Asanas 17 and 18. So yoga asana number 17 is the Hast Pad Asana. So this one you have to get up and you very slowly take your arms down so that they reach your toes. If you cannot reach as far as your toes, like we can see in this picture here, then that is fine. And we hold that for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then we go back up, upright, and then we go down again, stretching our arms to our toes. Hold that for about 5 to 10 seconds. Go back up, upright, and then go back with your arms reaching your toes. About 5 to 10 seconds. And as you can see, we've repeated that 3 times. So this is good for increasing your height. So if you'd like to get taller, and particularly you children out there, if you like to be taller than your parents, then this asana is good for that. It reduces belly fat, constipation, and strengthens the spine. Again, very slowly when you come back up with this one. Again, and then after you've done that, we go back to the Chitta Asana and lie on the floor and we relax for about 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, so we're now going on to something called a pranayama. So with this one, it's a breathing exercise. So this is very good for reducing stress and to make you more aware of your current surroundings. So with this one, you would put your thumb onto your right nostril, breathe in for a couple of seconds, then breathe out for a couple of seconds. You then get your ring and your index finger, put that on your left nostril. Again, do the same thing, so you breathe in for a couple of seconds and then you breathe out. And you normally practice this for about 4 to 5 minutes. So again, just breathe very normally for this one. Don't worry if you miss out your thumb when you're breathing, or you miss out on the ring and index finger. Just breathe very naturally, just very normally. This one's nice because you can feel your breath with this one, so I like this one. And this one's very good if you're, feeling a bit tense. This is a good yoga asana for this one. So we'll just give you just 30 more seconds and then we'll go on to the mindfulness. Okay, so if you just come towards the end of that, and we are now going on to the mindfulness. So what is the importance of mindfulness? So it's being aware of your body, mind and feelings. Being in the present moment rather than being in the past or trying to be in the future. Creates a feeling of calm. So this should be done 20 minutes twice daily. This can be done on the floor or on a chair, and it can be done anywhere. So that's what's really good about mindfulness, is you can do it in your bed, do it on a train, on a bus, outside. It's one of those things that you can just do anywhere, which is brilliant. So preparation for mindfulness. So we sit comfortably in the lotus position or on the floor or on a chair, whatever feels comfortable for you. Ideally set a timer for about 20 minutes. So you can use a phone for that. You can use, if you've got a little timer, that's good as well. If you do use your phone, there is a way that you can mute, people from texting you and phoning you whilst you do this, if you have a timer. So, or you can do it without a timer, but ideally it's good to do it with a timer. So correct performance of mindfulness. So we remain sitting comfortably. We close our eyes. And if throughout the mindfulness you open your eyes, just close them again. And we breathe normally. So no special breathing with this. Just breathe like you always would. Okay, so there's two things we do when we do mindfulness. So we do a body scan. So a body scan is a bit like if you had a photocopier and you were photocopying the whole of your body. So just visualise that you're photocopying from the top of your head to your toes. So we sit like this for approximately 2 minutes. So before we do our body scan, we just sit in silence for about 2 minutes. And you can now do a body scan. So again, from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes for about 2 minutes. Imagine it is like a photocopier of your body, basically. Okay, so we do that. And once you've scanned your whole body, we would do focused attention So we breathe in a count of 10, and then you breathe out for a count of 10. And this is quite a good little game you can play as a family. So you have to, when you breathe in, you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then as you breathe out, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. However, if you do your counting and you lose track, so for example, you go 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you miss some numbers out. You have to go back to the beginning. So you have to, so if you go 1, 2, 4, all, then you'll go right back to number 1. So see if you can all do that. See if you can all keep track with the numbers. See who goes off track. Maybe do a competition. Parent versus child. Who can count from 1 to 10 without losing a number in between. And you can do this in your head, or you can do this out loud. Try not to fight any thoughts that you have. So allow thoughts to come in and recognise what sort of thought it is. So if it's a happy thought, you go, a happy thought. And if it's a sad or a bad thought, you go, sad and bad thought. So you just acknowledge that thought and what it is. And you just let it pass. A bit like a cloud in the sky. And thoughts are a release of stress. So that it's important to have thoughts because they are a release of stress. And just to show you actually how your mind works. So our minds are like the active level of the ocean. So you've got all your waves, and your waves of the ocean are like your thoughts. What we're trying to do when we do mindfulness is we're trying to get to quieter levels of the mind. So the source of that thought. And that's what we call our consciousness. Okay, so I will leave you doing your mindfulness. See how you get on. So after you finish that, you need to draw a picture of what you saw and felt during mindfulness. Yourself doing one of the yoga positions. You take a photograph of your drawings and send that to helen.dawes@havering.gov.uk. And for more information about mindfulness and yoga, we have some links here on the screen. So we have stuff from the NHS and mindful.org. For yoga, again the NHS, and then for yoga, which is the British Will Yoga. So that's for more information. Do enjoy your rest of your mindfulness. Thank you and goodbye.